Hello, my name is David and welcome to Inner Fire. These videos are practices and tools to help you up-level your life, help you enhance your evolution through tools involving emotional intelligence, spiritual growth, creativity, wellness, and everything in between, so that you can show up in your full potential and create your dharmic destiny. Let's go. Today we're going to be talking about anger. And is it healthy? Is it evil? Is it toxic? Anger is a spectrum. Now first, when I say the word anger, or when I yell, how do you feel? Does a memory come to mind in which a time recently where maybe you or someone you love was angry? Maybe a moment from childhood in which you experienced anger or something even worse for the first time. I'm here to tell you that anger inherently is not bad. Violence is what is to be avoided. Anger is simply an emotion, and I often find that people exist on two ends of the spectrum. The ideal is to come into a state of awareness and balance. Maybe you're the type of person who thinks that anger equals danger. I went through most of my life feeling that after my childhood, that anger would automatically equal violence. So that if I were to experience or feel anger, that would automatically equate to violence. So that I had this subconscious belief that it wasn't safe for me to feel my own anger, or to even express that, or to even acknowledge that maybe it was there, or to even be around other people that were angry. Although more than anything, I was afraid of my own anger. So I never allowed myself to feel that. Other people who definitely don't suppress their anger get excessively angry. Maybe they're angry most of the time. Maybe when they're angry, they can't control themselves, and then they resort to violence or threats or disrespect or harmful words. But each end of that spectrum is unhealthy and unhelpful, and both are extreme. Now, if you are someone who has never allowed yourself to feel anger, what you need to understand is that that can be inhibiting you from fighting, from tapping into your life force and standing up for yourself, standing up for your loved ones, and ultimately living in full power of your true gifts, because it takes that fire to go out into the world and create and claim what is yours. So if you suppress anger, that very often leads to people pleasing, to suppressing your own truth, to holding yourself back from your own power and destiny. One of the most powerful exercises I believe everybody should try, just to test if you have some suppressed anger. I was surprised. I wasn't going through my life with this revelation of like, oh, I'm suppressing my anger. It's just the way that I was living until just a few years ago. I was like, oh my gosh. Then I started to put the pieces together of the puzzle of like, wow, actually, yeah, I've been suppressing this. Once you tap into that and then release that, then you are reclaiming a part of yourself that you forced away and then living in integrity within your full capacity of allowing all parts of yourself come together and work together. So if you're feeling blocked within a certain area of your life, it's worth checking out what's your relationship to anger. Are you like a hot fuse and you get angry very quickly and you're constantly trying to calm yourself down? Or are you somebody who's like walking on eggshells around what other people might think, what other people might need, and always thinking about other people other than yourself? There's definitely a correlation between being a people pleaser and suppressing your own anger. Now, far too many people, in my opinion, are more on the side of suppressing their fire. Predominantly because, at least throughout my generation's childhood, It's the indoctrination of the main industrial schooling system, for example, in the United States, in which they just teach you that getting angry is wrong. Most of us haven't had an example, I think, of what healthy anger looks like, where somebody feels their anger, allows them to feel that, and express it through a lens of strength without harming anybody, but ultimately in integrity to their own needs and feelings. No, too many people either get way carried away or don't allow themselves to feel that. But the adults of my generation, when we were kids in a classroom, it's all about obedience. It's all about sit still, raise your hand if you need to even go to the bathroom, take directions and follow orders from a leader, rather than get in touch with what your own personal needs are and start to listen to yourself. So I'm calling this channel, as of right now, Inner Fire, because the intention behind these videos is to help you tap into the greater capacity of yourself. Maybe you have days where you feel like switched on and like, yeah, you're on fire, you're unstoppable, you're confident, what you want comes to you easily. And other days where you shy away and a little bit awkward, or playing small, hiding within yourself, or doubting your capacity to do what it takes to create the life that feels effing awesome for you. So in those situations, if I were working with a coaching client, for example, it's all about starting to remove the obstacles to this fire. Tap into the innate fire within you with clarity, with strength, and bringing your ideal vision of who you are and what your life looks like into reality. And that will take that inner fire. That will take you dissolving the blockage that you have around anger. Because if you're blocking your anger, you will not be able to reach all of the other energies and frequencies and emotions above it in the scale of consciousness. As the saying goes, the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure that you seek. I have a very special practice called Rage Release, in which you can really tap in to suppressed anger in the body and release it once and for all. I mean, it'll take a few practices for sure, but even after one practice, you might notice a profound difference in your state of mind, consciousness, and being. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you find this beneficial. If so, like, comment, subscribe, and follow along in this journey for more. Cheers to your personal growth and consciousness, and to your evolution. Namaste.